What up, ladies and gentlemen? Tuesday night, the start of another week, start of the first week of September, the post-Labor Day week. Man, you gotta say, if you gotta say anything about 2020, you can say that shit is moving. You can say that shit is flying now. You can honestly say, hey, this thing done picked up a little bit. Holy shit. We're in September already and moving. So you guys know the deal. Unpopular Opinions, live outdoor show, Philadelphia. Secret location. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to get back to doing the live shows. We never let this thing die, man. This thing survived the quarantine because we're already jumping the gun and making sure that we're providing live shows. That's how you know we had something to begin with if it's sustained. They say there's a difference between juice and sauce. Sauce is forever. If you put sauce in the fridge, it stays there forever. That's what they say. And maybe this show has sauce, Conrad. What you think, man?
Damn, how's this? New lighting today out here. All right, not too bad. Sauce? I don't even know what that means. Is that new slang?
Yeah. It's just basically saying you the shit. More ways that black people gloat and glorify themselves. What do white guys do to bring themselves up? Like, how do white guys gloat?
I don't think white people do, because if we do, then we're seen as like evildoers of some sort. You know what I mean? So for black folk to gloat, that's a good thing. That's empowerment. But white people, they stay quiet and they put money in the Bahamas. I think that's what they do.
Well, wait. But if you had to gloat, if you had to give it an honest try, what would your natural reaction? What would your go-to gloat move be?
I don't know what I would gloat about because I hate myself, but I like to tear down other people. So So it's the opposite. I tear down the person in front of me. But
so you're like a Scrooge. You know, you're gonna work on Christmas Eve. Bring me joy that way.
Sort of.
Is that you?
I don't want to bother people. I want to be left alone. I want to leave other people alone. I'm an odd person. I don't know if I could be really put into a character.
Well, what about some other white guys you know?
Well, let me ask you this, Dave. What white guys gloat? What white guys brag?
Well, let me ask you. Years ago, there was a commercial for Disney World, right? And the guy, he's all happy, takes his family to Disney, and at the end of the commercial, the guy jumps and like kicks his heels, like, you know, the whole like,
right.
and it paused there. So like, is that a white gloat? Would a white guy gloat that way, kicking his heels?
Maybe like in the 1950s in like a black and white film, that's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I do? You know what I do for gloating, and people they're either bewildered by it or they really laugh, and it takes them a while. So when I play basketball and I feel like talking shit, I'll make a couple shots and just sarcastically I'll say, "I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest." I'll say, "I'm the greatest to ever play this game," and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's like, "I'm the fucking greatest," and then I'll make another shot, and be like, "I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest." So it's half sarcastic, but yeah. What white guys brag? Like Muhammad Ali, you know, that level, I don't think white guys really do that.
That's why, I'm not gonna lie, that's why Conor McGregor was great.
Yeah,
because you didn't see a white guy walk, and it was like that shit was great. That was great to watch that white boy do that.
Yes, it was, and he's great at that, and he made millions of dollars just from doing that. And look at the other guys. Like, there's better UFC fighters than him, but nobody knows who the fuck they are. So there's wrestlers, I guess, that were good at talking shit and gloating, maybe like Stone Cold or The Rock. I don't know, is The Rock white? But wrestlers used to be good at it. Hollywood Hulk Hogan was good at it, Macho Man Randy Savage, and then that's it for the gloaters.
Georgia Peach is right, yeah. How can we forget about Trump? Trump is definitely the bragger, but something, I don't know.
Yeah, it rubs people the wrong way.
Do it was more entertaining to me than Trump. I think only because I felt like, because McGregor could back it up. And Trump doesn't have hands.
And also, he's Irish, so Irish are low on the white people totem pole, like maybe one of the lowest, so they can gloat and get away with it, maybe.
All right, man. Well, let's get into unpopular opinion, man. I got a great few topics on the chopping block. All right, the first one that we talked about, I want to get into this right away. I can't believe it. Um, I might not agree with burqas, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, because in this day and age, Dave, we're in the opposite of burqa society. Like, women wear some shit that it's like, it blows my mind. And it, like, I don't want to use the word trigger, but it certainly triggers me. I saw this girl. I didn't know that I should be able to. I saw the greatest looking pelvis I've ever seen on a woman on the train the other day. Because
on the train,
on the train, and I'm like ready to like let my privates close in the train door, and I'm like, what is this? Like, and I was like, I like it, but it's unacceptable because it gives you this, it confuses you. So
yeah.
back in the day, there must have been women prancing around in the desert, you know, with like shoelaces over their nipples and stuff like that, just everything hanging out, everything. And men were just like, I can't function in this world like this. I can't do arithmetic when I can see your goddamn pelvis sticking out. Cover it all up. Everyone, women cover it all up. That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
Shut it down. So I completely get it, because the stuff that women wear, and God bless them, wear what you want, but I'm just saying it's scandalous, and I understand the burqa now. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to enforce it, but I get it.
Well, that was the whole reason for any of that stuff to begin with. They knew people had weak temptations that they weren't going to be able to resist. So, you know, they covered them up. Yeah, that's funny. Like, you're going to need a burqa. But that's like also weird, too, when you start looking at those cultures where they put the burqas on all of them. Because when you put burqas on children, was it because that was the problem also? Or is it just so that they're more inclined to wear the burqa when they get older?
I think they only put the burqa on after you've gone through puberty, or you're in puberty or some shit. I see like ladies in burqas and then their little children, girl children, running around like basically without clothes on. And I'm like, it's the complete disparity of this culture, because we have a water park near me, like a public water park.
Yeah.
So the kids are in there. Some of them are topless, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And then their moms are in the burqa. So I'm like, this is complete disparity of culture. I mean, do what you got to do, but it don't make no goddamn sense out here.
Dude, those are weird lines when you start seeing like kids and stuff like I don't understand bathing suits, like two-piece bathing suits for kids. Like,
yeah, that's sick in the head.
What are we doing here, man? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, yeah, that's a weird thing to put, because the whole the purpose of the two-piece bathing suit is not efficient swimwear. It's not swimwear. All it does is come down. Everybody you've ever known has had a two-piece on, and it malfunctions and everything is out. So why would, like, we went to the two-piece because people wanted to be sexy.
Yeah,
not because they wanted to swim.
Yeah, you're sexualizing toddlers with a two-piece bathing suit. That's 100%. Why other reason? Like, it's almost more acceptable to have like topless toddlers. You know what I mean? Like, all right, who cares? Like, you can't even tell if you're a boy or a girl anyway. Like, all right, get out there, have fun. But once you put like the thing, like, it's like putting like high heels on a toddler. What the fuck are you doing? It's just sick. It's like, it's unexplainable. And it's like also too, like, if you're putting like lipstick on if you put lipstick on didn't we learn from John Benet Ramsey? Like, you put lipstick on a six-year-old, they're gonna be found cut up somewhere in a basement. No, I mean, it's just not a good idea. Like,
definitely did not see it going there. I'm like, where do you find it? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea when it comes to like. That's why I stay away from kids altogether. I have two. I go near those. That's it. Anybody else's kids? Because it's like, there's already so much weird programming going on in there that I don't want to be remotely on the hook for like trying to fix anything. Because here's what happens. If I'm right and they're all see that I'm right, then they'll come to me like, hey, could you fix our kids? Like, no.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm wrong, and God, I hope I'm wrong, they make me like an idiot, like the villain for
Right.
being like, why were you saying these things? It's like,
That's also the
honestly,
that's also the thing. It doesn't only happen to geniuses, but like when somebody comes up with a new idea or something, dude, you get metaphorically or maybe literally crucified with coming up with that stuff. It's like, so don't be the first person to come up with that idea, or I don't know. People are so against new ideas. If it goes against the grain, it's not worth it. It's like we talked about this before. That's like why you don't try and help people. It's like manipulate them, but don't try and help them, because if you try and help them, it takes too much energy. You're going to get too much pushback on it. It's not worth it. But if you manipulate them, it doesn't take their consent, whatever. You siphon the money from their pockets and you put it into bank accounts in the Bahamas, and that's the end of the story. You don't get any benefit from helping somebody. If you it's the same thing if like you try and correct somebody's spelling or you try and correct their grammar if they say something stupid. It's like, I'm trying to help you and you're trying to fucking nail me to a cross for it. So forget it. Go on with your stupid life. Saying the dumb thing, you're going to go to a job interview and say the wrong thing, and guess what? You're not going to get that job because I didn't correct you that you said fucking railroad wrong or something. I don't even know.
So let me ask you now, moving into the next topic, right? So you say, don't help them, take advantage of them. Next unpopular opinion. Naturally is usually a scam, especially when it's in any kind of product, like bug repellent or anything like that. Talk to me.
Well, here's what's fucked up about it. So I go to Home Depot, right? And I need bug spray because I have I got like flies that like I can't believe how like annoying these flies were in my apartment. There's probably about 8 of them. So I'm going there. The first day I go there, they don't have bug spray. They have all natural bug catcher, like a trap. I put that motherfucker in my room. I pour the liquid into it, and the flies are supposed to go into it, and then you're supposed to let them escape. You're supposed to turn the lid outside and let them escape. These fucking flies were all around the trap, on top of it, never went into it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the spray now. So I go to the Home Depot and I get the spray. All organic bug spray, kills flies. I'm like, these motherfuckers are dead. I go, I get it, I spray them. They don't die. I leave the bottle, like, so I get so frustrated. I leave the bottle on like my desk or something. An hour later, the flies are all around that bottle of spray. It's like, if you want to, you can't use nature to kill nature. You need to kill nature with nuclear waste and poison. That's how you kill nature.
Now,
okay?
Who are the people that are pushing naturally and organic? Because I want them to be represented as Acme. You are Wile E. Coyote, and these ants are the fucking Roadrunner.
Yeah, dude, perfect example. That's exactly what it is. Those little Roadrunners, they just escape, and like I end up inhaling the bug spray, and it all fucks me up, dude. It's so bad, but like, yeah, this all natural thing is just like, it's just another it's another buzz phrase like low calorie or some bullshit that doesn't matter. It's used to sell stuff.
I mean, trust me, I get it. Like that. Anytime when someone says all natural ingredients, like, shouldn't ingredients be natural to begin with? The fact that you feel the need to specify that lets me know you're trying to dime someone else out. Like, you're trying to snitch on someone else, which, thank you for the heads up and the information, but what does that make you? You know what I mean?
Right.
So how do I not trust you? Oh, all natural as opposed to what?
It makes sense with food, but it doesn't make sense with when I'm trying to murder animals. You know what I mean? I'm not going to use organic chemicals to kill something. Like, give me the pure poison, radioactive waste to destroy these motherfuckers who are slightly annoying me in my sleep. How about that?
Spoken like a dictator trying to execute a small country. I love it, man. All right, let's get into some more, man. So, shoot, I forgot the other one that I wanted from the commercial. Quick, somebody tell me what the 3 topics were that were in the commercial added. I didn't write it down all the way properly. All right, I'm going to move on to this next one, though. I want someone to grab that one for me so I can still talk about it. All right, we'll move on to this one. I've made so many mistakes. I'm just hoping to be exonerated by one admirable thing I do towards the end of my life.
Yeah, dude.
What are you
I'm
trying
look
to do?
back.
Thanks, Mike.
I look back on my life, and I'm I'm not a good person. I'm not a bad person. I'm more bad than I'm good. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I can't fix them because I'm stuck. It's who I am now. I'm just a fucking
Yeah.
asshole who's selfish, who doesn't give a shit about anybody else but himself, and it's not going to turn around at this point in time. However, I hope one day later in my life that something comes along where like I can make something right and then just be forgiven for everything because of that one action. It's like Scrooge, like you brought up, or not Ebenezer.
Not
Is that
Scrooge. Scrooge, the
no?
rich
Who's the
guy.
yeah from the movie
Yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge? Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he
famous
was a
Scrooge.
dick to all of those people, but he came through Christmas morning
Yeah.
after fucking up Christmas. He came
Yes.
through later,
And
and
he
now
was
all was good.
fucking up all shit. He was doing everything, like manipulating people too. And then he just comes back. He's like, "Oh, in the movies they make it seem like he's changed, but actually you only do one thing. Like I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna change. But like maybe one day, like I'll save like somebody from like a burning car or something, and it'll end up on like the internet or something, and people will be like, "Oh, he did this great thing," and it makes up for him being a repugnant fool for his whole life or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what's funny about that? Because that's like you're also describing like the Grinch that stole Christmas, right? No one even talks about later on that afternoon. Like that, okay, cool. He came back with all of our toys and he returned it. But you're not going to tell me all of the Who's in Whoville, nobody felt like he needed his ass whooped. Like nobody
Exactly.
wasn't going to be like, nah, this nigga broke in my house, son, where my
Right.
children sleep. Like,
Exactly.
so, yeah, he's sitting around carving turkey and all of that shit and hanging out right now. But like, nah, so somebody sitting there eating this shit like, yo, this nigga broke into my house.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking,
And
I had to explain to my kid this morning what happened.
right. And I know how he operates because I'm that type of person, is that I will look at that one redeeming action and then be like, all right, it's like, and then I can just go do other heinous stuff after that. And then hopefully that something else comes around that I could, that vindicate me later. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm still going to be doing heinous stuff. Like these people don't change like that. You are who you are. You might be surprised people by doing something, but at the end of the day, it's like, you're still that person. It's kind of like the opposite of like everyone in this world who tries to seem like they're like, great and they're for the people. They're the people's person, or they're the people's whatever, and then they do one fucked up shit and they're like, we can never forgive you for that, you're done here. But if you're horrible your whole life and you do one good thing, it's the opposite. Isn't that kind of funny?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's why I wonder, well, hold on. Do you think it would work that way, or is this a wrong parallel to say artists who can do shitty work, last one is good, then they die. Oh, he was great. He was just getting discussed. Like we can
Yeah.
ignore a whole shitty body of work and be like, he was just finding himself. He died so young, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Or a guy could get good. Guy could do great stuff up front, shitty work at the end, die, and people still like, do people still hold that guy in high regards, or are they like, yeah, pow, put him out of his misery. His work
Well,
stunk.
I think that's why they say that you want to, it's better to burn out than it is to fade away. Like you want to die quick. But I don't know. I see that just how people operate. Like I had one friend who's saying how much he hated Al Pacino because Al Pacino hasn't made a good movie in a long time. But if you go back and look at Al Pacino's work, it's like slam dunk masterpieces after slam dunk. But those were like, Godfather was a second movie. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, what have you done for me lately? So it's just the last thing. It's also like Catholics, like you can ask to be forgiven of your sins on your deathbed. It's just the last thing you do. So
Yeah.
if you good your whole life and you do something bad at the end, oh, you bad. But you're bad your whole life, you do something good. Oh, he was a good guy. He
But
changed for
see,
the better.
I feel that way even now about being in this pandemic. Like, if you were smart all of this time and like took care of yourself and other people and made arrangements to be like financially sound, you're an idiot, because dumb people are okay too. There are people
Right.
who, like, everyone's waiting for the floor to fall out, right? So, like, let's say the floor falls out in 2021 because, boom, they start kicking everyone out of their homes. No one can pay back their credit card debt. Everyone goes bankrupt and all that stuff like that. Well, it's not going to be good for you to be here when like 75% of the world
Right.
or your country was already living that way. So even you were smart and responsible around a bunch of dummies is the dumbest thing you can do. Like being
Yeah.
responsible, being a designated driver is the dumbest thing you can do.
Stupid.
Being someone's Narcotics Anonymous sponsor, dumbest thing you can do. Like you're taking on so much responsibility of like other
Thankless.
people's shit.
Thankless
Yeah,
responsibility.
yeah. It's having kids, dumbest thing you can do.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Especially like in a world where you have to take care of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a lot of work, man. You know?
Of course. It's like also like how come people aren't taking advantage of bankruptcy more? Like how come we're not pushing the limits to bankruptcy? Because then when I mean, as long as you don't got student loans, everything is forgiven. So go fucking bankrupt.
Oh
Like
yeah,
why?
well rich people do that.
Yeah. So why
We
are
just look
doing
at it bad because they look at the money the way we look at like it's a game. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, like Contra. Okay, you get 3 lives, you die, you do the same thing over again. But hey, you know there's a code to get 30 lives? Really?
That's a perfect example.
And that's the guy who goes bankrupt over and over again, but ends up beating the game. Like, oh, I just needed 30 lives.
Right,
There's no way I was going to beat that game with 3 lives. Who's playing like that?
Right. That's funny. That's funny. So bankruptcy is like the little hearts in the top of the corner of the video game.
Man.
Hey, you're onto something.
Game Genie, baby. Game Genie.
I know. So why? Yeah. Why? I don't know. I'm the opposite. I'm so irresponsible and not. I'm like too scared to become bankrupt. But like, I'm looking back on it now, and I'm like, oh my god, like. This is like too confessional, but it's like, oh my god, what was I doing with my whole life? You know what I mean? Just wasting away. And people are like, you know, when you're on your deathbed, you want to be able to say, oh, I lived a full life. It's like, yeah, I live a full life, but I'm starting to get to the edge of like, oh, it's got to be more to this than just me indulging in everything. Like me indulging in food, sex, drugs, and alcohol. Like that's what I do all the time. So there's got to be more.
But those things will never die. Drugs, sex, and alcohol will never die. And that's going to lead us to our next unpopular opinion. Blue comedy will never die. Thanks, Mikey, for retrieving that from me. Blue comedy will never die, comrade.
And explain blue comedy.
Blue comedy is anything that's vulgar, anything that's nasty, anything that refers to the 7 words you couldn't say on television. Sex, dick, pussy, motherfucker, cock, shit, you know, all that goofy shit. You know, but there's a need for that. There are people, because there will always be sex, drugs, and rock and roll, people are always going to go to negative things in their life or go to things, like it just comes with the territory. So the only way to escape that sometimes is to laugh at it. And you have to be able to say fucked up jokes in order to laugh. Like, I don't know, there's like a weird, because I haven't met anybody, comrade, who doesn't lean in and be like, I like the dirty stuff. I have yet to go anywhere and be funny and have someone be like, you know, I don't like that kind of humor. It's very rare. It's very rare.
Well, because comedy is supposed to bring light, like not completely shine a spotlight, but maybe like a flashlight onto the things that you're not supposed to talk about or do. It's like, listen, most people, I'm going to say 99% of people, shit with the door closed, fuck with the blinds closed. You need to bring light to that so that we can't all like feel weird about it. Like if there's a thing that you can't say or you're not supposed to say, people get tired of not hearing about it or talking about it. So
I'm doing this so you don't feel weird, dummy.
Exactly. Yeah. So comedians are supposed to talk about that. And when comedians or somebody just brings up like it's a relief to other people. They're like, oh my God, that guy's a maniac on stage, but he's saying what I can't say, and at least I'm not alone in this world. You know what I mean? Like,
right. You heard it. We both heard it. We both know that thought exists. Can we talk about it and find out where each other stand on that? You know what I mean?
And that's why I was yelling about people not complaining enough during the pandemic. It's like, dude, it sucks, and everybody's talking about some other nonsense. You know what I mean? It's like, can't somebody admit that, like, life is fucked now, and it's going to be fucked for a while, and it's been fucked for, like, half a year because of, you know, politicians' decisions one way or the other, and people are like, they're complaining about some other nonsense. It's like they're talking about Trump all the time. It's like, fuck that guy. Who cares? How about this other shit? I'm out here fucking barely hanging on. I'm about to hang myself, and you guys are talking about some fucking dude you've never met in your whole fucking life. It's like, he's the bad guy. It's like, no, he's not the fucking bad. I mean, maybe he is, but it's like, there's more, like, what's happening in our minds is more fucked up than what's happening in politics. And let's stop fucking complaining about some out of our mind shit that we'll never fucking be able to dictate or control. It's like, it's all, you know, I don't know. I'm fucking.
We got caught up in it. We got caught up in it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As long as you can call out your hypocrisy, you're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you can address it. Like, I did this the other day. I literally had a conversation where I said, I would never jump on a plane and take pictures before getting on a private plane. I think that was trash.
Yeah.
I think that behavior is trash. I said that. And then within 30 minutes, was digging through the trash in front of my building because someone moved out, and it was like a Swiffer in there, and it was like bounce dryer sheets in there. And I'm like, yeah, I could use all that stuff. So I had to call out how much of a hypocrite that I was, and I said I would never be trashy enough to take a picture before getting on a private plane, but I am trashy enough to dig through a moved-out neighbor's trash to retrieve cheap, everyday household items. Like, if you can't acknowledge that, then of course you can't be a normal human being to go like, oh yeah, I fuck up. Oh yeah, I'm illogical at sometimes. You know what I mean?
And here's like me and you and a lot of people are within comedians that we know. We talk shit so much, so we're always talking, yapping. And at the end of the day, it's like, I'm being honest about who I am, and I can admit that I'm a maniac. And when somebody calls me a maniac, I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, I am a maniac. But if everybody was fucking honest, they would all be maniacs. And the only reason they're not maniacs is because they're staying within the lines, and they're saying, I'm not going to talk about this, because if I talk about this or I get honest about anything, then people are going to look at me weird. And that's why it's hard to change the herd, because the herd is going to be like, no, don't make us do other stuff. I don't want things to change, and then somebody might discover that I'm a weirdo. You know what I mean? Or there's something strange about me. But there is something strange about everybody. If you put everybody in a vacuum, and you're like, yo, shit doesn't matter anymore, like, let's see how you'll act, you're going to act fucking whatever. It's like same thing with like riots and stuff like that. If you look over both your shoulders and nobody's doing shit, it's like, are you not going to break a car window? It's like, you probably are. Are you not going to steal anything? You probably are, but you're not in that position. But
here's the thing that's funny to me about the riots and stuff like that. Those people never got a chance to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
The riots don't appeal to me because I threw bottles as a kid. Like, I broke shit as a kid. I remember one time we went to the elementary school and somebody delivered a case of fluorescent light bulbs. We broke all the light bulbs on the playground. Like, we liked seeing, like, when you throw a fluorescent light bulb, it gives like a big flash.
And there's gas in it,
Yeah. And I mean, we went through like the whole year's supply of light bulbs. I don't know who the fuck left that shit on but like, you know, so I've caused destruction and damage and stuff like that.
Right.
But I can admit, I get why, if you're out there and you got a chance to be like, oh, it's what we're here to do anyway, right? Like, because they never got that out of their system.
Right. And do you look back on? I look back on that stuff and I'm like, oh my god, that was so stupid. Like, just being drunk in Philly with a fake ID and going to bars when I was like 18, 19. Like, I'd get out of bars and then just walk down the street and kick off every side rear view mirror on the car. Dude, it's such a heinous act. It's so horrible. You're making those people pay hundreds of dollars to fix that mirror and spend all that time getting it fixed or getting tickets because it's kicked off. Dude, like, these are like the heinous acts that that the quarantine has given me time to think about and like really like cringe at my behavior. Dave, you know what else I used to do? Walking home from bars in Philly, I used to rip out telephone from the every telephone. What do they call it? The phone booths. I would just rip them out, and
I never knew how those got like that. I always
I had a
like,
collection of them.
What kind of asshole?
I know. May. And that's why I'm looking to be redeemed later in my life, Dave, because I've been doing stuff like this forever. Like I'm not committing crimes of the flesh.
But
okay?
It's coming now. The first thing it's gonna come because you admitted it verbally, my nigga. Like you said it verbally, like, yo, this is the bullshit I've done. Now free me. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got it out there. I'm gonna make sure that it happens for you. I'm about to move on to the next subject. You know what I mean? All right. But that's dope. Comrade, ripping out phone books and what do you call it? Taking out mailboxes. That's the funny shit, right? That is like those kind of crimes where those dudes take out the mailbox. All right, I see my first subjector in the room there. Reg, did you send the request to get in there? Because I don't even see you in the room right now. I hate when this joint does that. All right, yeah, man. I'm trying to think, did I cause any other damage and shit like that when I was a kid? Like, all right, Reg is in there. I see you. I see the comment. Why can't I pull him up? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I used to do wild shit like that when I was a kid, but I'm glad I got it out of my system then and got away with it. Jesus Christ, man. You know what I mean? Because that's dumb shit to get caught up in a riot now at 30-some years old. Reg Thomas, what's up, man?
What's good with you, player?
I'm chilling. What's your unpopular opinion this week?
Man, what is my unpopular opinion this week? My unpopular opinion this week is that cancel culture is, I feel like a lot of people who are beefing about cancel culture are the same people who just don't know how to, like, issue a decent apology or just take accountability for the shit that they fuck up on. Because like, I feel like cancel culture, first of all, cancel culture doesn't work in the sense of, like, if cancel culture was to, like, the idea of cancel culture is that, like, if someone is behind some shit that we don't fuck with, like, let's say, for instance, the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
We find out that the prosecutor lady who was behind, who sent them up the river, we find out all the shit that she's associated with, and we protest all that shit until she's no longer associated with it. That's cancel culture working at its best. Like, that's the best idea of what cancel culture could do. Right? And then so, like, when you move it to the next step, the idea of when people be like, we're going to cancel you, it's like, all right, the idea that, like, you know, it's just a little hard. Like, cancel culture the idea of cancel culture requires so much commitment in this day and age of, like, low ADHD, right? Low attention. So it's like, all right, we gonna cancel R. Kelly. And it's like, all right, so now anytime a network has an R. Kelly song on it, y'all gotta make sure anytime that episode come on TV, we don't ever watch that episode. We don't ever. Whenever this come on the radio, we always change the radio station. Yeah. Like, I used to like that, like, which is great. If that's what niggas is really gonna do, that's actually a really great response to shit, because it's really just trying to hurt the pocket, right? Like, that's the idea of getting to it. Like you show them that we don't fuck with this, and the reason we know you gonna pay attention is because it's fucking up your money whenever it come up. So cancel culture, like, the idea of it, I like it because it's like, regardless of if I like it, I just realized that it's a really hard thing to really pull off.
Oh yeah, you know what it sounds? It's like your mom gonna try to punish you, and then she realized how hard it is to keep up with the punishment.
Yeah.
Because now she got to keep calling the crib to make sure your ass is in the house. And you be like, man, fuck it, just go ahead. Like, that's what cancel culture is. It's like, all right, you did this to yourself now, because now you gotta watch me. You gotta watch me nonstop.
Now, for the people who hate cancel culture, I'm like, I just see, like, for anyone who doesn't like cancel culture, anyone who beats about cancel culture, like, anytime I hear shit like that, anytime I hear, like, an old white comic who's, like, he'll say some shit like, you know, you can't even tell jokes like you used to. All I really hear is I miss saying the word nigga out loud.
Yeah.
That's all I really hear.
Yo, bro, be honest. Be honest. Did you used to say the F word?
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Miss it. Miss it. I'll tell you this. For the times when I did use the F word, I used it in a fight. Like if I said that to someone, I meant it in a fighting way. Like I was purposely using fighting words. So now that I'm 34, I don't really be fighting like that. So no, I don't miss it. And yeah, that's their thing, bro. Like that's their prosecution. Like that's their shit. They flipped it. Like I'm gonna respect and let them have it.
Nice. See, I'll be sitting there like, I mean, I don't agree with none of it, but I know you can't stop certain things, or at least in my lifetime.
Like for instance, perfect example. Here's one. They tried to really show me. They were like, cause like I'm black. Secondly, I date mad black girls, and all black girls do is question you to death till we get to the heart of the issue. So I already know how to get through some bullshit.
Yeah.
So they gave me a story about how this dude owned a bread mill or some shit. Like the nigga made bread, and his bread brand got real popular. It was in Walmart. It was in everything. It was everywhere. And they found out that his daughter, who had a job at the company, wrote some really racist tweets when she was 16. And like the whole cancel culture thing happened, and the nigga got dropped from all the retail stores that he was selling out of. And he issued apologies. He fired the daughter and everything, and he couldn't get his shot back. And I was like, okay, all right. Question: how long was niggas telling him that his daughter was out here wilding before he even acknowledged it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So you saying like, nah, bro, you gotta get canceled because
I'm not saying
this
that you
your fault. This is your fault.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you gotta get canceled, but like when people just come through with bullshit excuses or like bullshit stories, I'm like, there are reasons why shit don't. First off, I'm a nigga. Not only am I a black man, I'm a black man this dark. Like any excuse I've ever had, they always explained to me why I was still wrong and why it was still my responsibility.
Right.
So like I just got that in me. Like I just know how to I just see life a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, like, all right, yeah, it's fucked up that he lost the company, but there's just so many more questions to it. So like, all right, so like they canceled him. Like clearly, like the nigga was chilling. He was ignoring the shit. Whatever the fuck happened. Like there's more to it. They always try to make it seem like that. Like I really just see people who beef with cancel culture. Those are people who just don't like to They don't like to accept their shit. Like you know what? One example of a comic who borderline got canceled, and that shit really irks me. I can't remember his name, but he was this white guy, and he was supposed to be on SNL, and they heard him talking, saying some really racist shit about Asians.
Yeah.
And they ended up he didn't get the SNL gig, and I'm not a comic who's like anywhere close to being recommended or even recognized for SNL, but so like I don't really give a fuck. But it's like homeboy said some really foul shit about Asians. It was up in the air for a couple days. There was a window for him to put out an apology and really clean it all up.
Yeah.
He could have been like, yo, at the moment I thought I was being funny. Like people telling me it sounds malicious. Like I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not malicious. I'm trying to be funny. Sometimes shit come off wrong. I'm sorry. His apology goes to anyone who was actually offended. Like, yo, dog, the fact that this is happening means niggas was offended.
Right.
Like, dog, we talking about a really good job here, and you were like, you just pissing it off the fact that you don't want to just say that, like, yo, I fucked up. I said some really racist shit. I was wild.
So what you think? You think that's like a privilege to be able to walk away from the bread, to be able to walk away from the job like that, or
I don't know if it's a privilege or if it's more of an entitlement or just a marriage to your foundation and who you think you are. Like this, like the little piece of that I'm special. I'm the one that's gonna make it. I dream and bet on myself. That little fairy dust that you shove up your ass. Like I think it's you holding on to that. Because it's like, dog, you could have just been a person. You could have been a human being and been like, I fucked up.
Yeah. Shit. I'll struggle with that. I do struggle with that. Because I'll be sitting there thinking about some shit, but that's some weird programming that some of us got in us to be like, no, fuck that. I ain't letting it go.
He said, fuck that. You don't apologize. I'm like, but like, I don't know, dog. Like, fuck that. You don't. I'm like, what? Like, what's the like? What are you standing on? Like,
yeah.
Like my thing is this: if I'm just like, I'm supposed to die on the idea that like I was talking shit, I said some shit that I shouldn't have said, and so now, no, nigga, I'm gonna defend some shit that I empty-mindedly just was talking shit.
Yeah, I guess it is. It is pretty hypocritical. Yeah, you got to call out the hypocrisy. I mean, I fucks with it. I definitely fucks with it. You know.
And like I don't know, like just the way I like, I just feel like my journey through life has just always been more about me taking accountability for the shit. So it's like you catch me in the wrong, and like if even with my relationships with women, like that shit worked way more easy in my favor, and I'd be like, I fucked up.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. You heard it here first tonight, baby. Motherfucker, stand up. Say you fucked up, nigga. Say you sorry, nigga.
Cancel culture. Stop complaining about like yo, that shit is wild though. Like
I fucks with it.
Like motherfuckers be like, a motherfucker be like, yo, you got canceled because you did XYZ, which fucked up people. Nah, they whack for feeling wrong. Like because the next thing is violence. Because if it's like, yo, if I told you you violated me and now you telling me I'm bugging for telling you violated me, next time you violate me, what I'm gonna do to you?
Yeah, you gonna wild the fuck out. That's dope. You just made me realize some shit. All right, so we made the middle of that, man. Yo, tell them where they can find you at, Reg.
He said John Wayne ain't a John Wayne had hips like a bitch. John Wayne had hips like a thick bitch.
Tell them where they can find you at, Reg.
Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Reg Thomas. Check out my comedy show, Productively Stoned. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you, my brother Dave Temple, for having me. Salute.
No doubt.
My G.
All right, take care, yo. Yo, that's funny because what he puts in perspective, right? What he puts in perspective for me, right, is I know I went through that with my ex, the one I just broke up with, my ex-fiance, was there were areas where she was violating, and I'm like, yo, you gotta apologize. And she's like, I'm not apologizing because I don't think I was wrong. And it's like, yo, what is you standing on? Let it go. So it ain't work out. Daryl Charles, what's happening?
What's up, man? I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. What's your unpopular opinion this week?
Oh, it's very basic. It's nothing as big as fucking.
The show goes everywhere, man. Everybody always gets so intimidated by the schedule right before them.
Like, Jesus Christ.
We need a commercial break. That's what we need. We need a commercial break to break this shit up. Either that or a motherfucking warm-up act, which there will be a warm-up act at the Unpopular Opinions live show in Philadelphia, September 19th. Shameless plug. So if you haven't already been to Fishtown Times page and got tickets and got that location, free booze for anybody who signs up this week. So my bad. You threw that out there, so that kind of got in there.
No, hell yeah. Fucking take it. Cornflakes is the best cereal, and anything else is just trying too hard.
The original?
The original, fucking with the rooster. Kellogg's K cornflakes. Everything else is just trying too hard.
You're right, because Frosted Flakes is OD.
I mean, come on. And you still gonna put sugar on it anyway. Like, it's ridiculous. They got Cookie Crisp. It's like whole cookies just to put in milk.
What about Kix, though? Kix is kind of like borderline chill rice cereal.
I mean, yeah, but it ain't cornflakes. It's something about the milk and the crispiness. Like, at the end of Kix, you got to try to get the floaters. It's like trying to take a shit. It's a floater just waiting. It's just something about cornflakes. Like, they nailed it.
So you still eat cornflakes to this day as an adult?
Yep.
Damn, I'm not a big fucking cereal eater, man. Like, I eat oatmeal, but I don't eat a lot of cereal.
Yeah, my wifey told me because she's like trying to be healthy or whatnot. But like cornflakes isn't a meal as much as it is like a snack.
Nah, it ends up becoming a meal because niggas, they do too much with that. Like, you'll do 2-3 bowls thinking that that's dinner. Like, you'll skip a meal with a few bowls of cornflakes.
Oh yeah, once you're on the second or third bowl, then it's like, well, I guess this is what I've done. So I thought I was just gonna have one, and here we go. So yeah.
See, that's why I don't fuck with it, because I know I never learned to manage that like addiction. You know what I mean? Like especially with the syrup in the like when you would put so much sugar in this shit, you get that gray shit that
Get the
slides
yeah
at you.
as a kid. Oh man,
Yeah.
that was yeah.
Real quick etiquette, cereal etiquette. Is you supposed to drink the milk out of the bowl, or is that trash? Like, are you supposed to scoop it a little
Oh,
bit with a spoon, or are you supposed to just leave it all together?
I use the spoon, and if it's particularly good, I'll drink out the bowl. I mean, it's essentially like a breakfast soup, right? So you could do whatever you want.
Breakfast soup? There you go.
Yeah,
That is actually
kinda.
pretty fucking creative. I've never heard that phrase before. Do you use that all the time?
No, I did. No, I don't use that. But I did realize that, like now with fucking almond milk coming out, that it's vegan
Wait, what? Breakfast?
cornflakes. That cornflakes is
Oh,
vegan.
is it?
Yeah, because there's no animal byproducts. Like milk makes it not vegan; it makes it vegetarian. But
Wait. Don't the corn grow in some sort of animal shit? Like an
I mean,
animal?
I assume the corn feels it when you rip it out the ground, but
I'm just
you
saying
know,
the
nobody cares about
animal.
corn's feelings.
It's so fucked up. But the animal's supposed to have nothing to do with it, right? For it to be
Yeah,
vegan, right?
no
Like,
animals were harmed in the making of this meal. That's vegan.
God, it's drinking out of paper straws.
Paper
How
straws aren't
how are
bad.
they doing this? How are vegans pulling this off?
Fucking supplements and lies. They push a bunch of bean paste together and call it chicken wings.
Vegans must get the best head ever for anybody to even legalize any of this shit. I gotta find me a vegan girl to hang out with for like a summer. You know what I mean?
Bring your own food.
Yeah, well, shit, she won't. I feel like vegans won't fuck you if you're not vegan. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know that many vegans. I know vegetarians that would just deal with it. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that many vegans.
Because it seems
I
like
hope
you
they're not that
so
militant.
into your body to let my meat sweat my meat sweat body in yours. Like you wouldn't want my meat sweat to come out of my pores and into yours, and then you got to start all over again. You know, I
Well,
don't know.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. If a vegan sucked my dick, they better just start with that day one chip. Sorry, there's
Because
ribs
there's
in that.
a lot of meat sauce that just came over
Like,
this.
there's probably meat sauce the last time I touched my dick. So,
Yeah, not even coming through my pores. It was probably leftover barbecue sauce from my chicken that was on my finger, and I got it
yeah.
on there, and now you got that.
And you knew it was there. That's why you licked your lips.
All right, Daryl, where can the people find you at, man?
Yeah, on the internet or whatnot, Daryl Charles Comedy. I got a podcast, DTF, every Saturday. So yeah, DTF to Daryl and Timmy find that one.
All right.
And DarylComedy.com. Yeah, you can see my shit there.
You got DarylComedy.com?
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ. What were all the other Daryls in comedy that were before you that no one bought DarylComedy.com?
I was just as shocked as you.
All right, man. Check him out,
All right,
y'all.
man.
DarylComedy.com.
Later.
Holy shit. I want mine to come back. I can't get DaveTempleComedy.com because somebody's. No, I have Dave Temple Comedy. I couldn't get DaveTemple.com because some filmmaker already had it. I'm hoping to get famous enough to go beyond that guy or at least buy it from him. See what that's all about. So, while we waiting for my co-host to come back in, the secret show will be in the Philadelphia area, Northern Liberties, September 19th, and boom. So sign up this week for tickets, and you will get free booze. You get free booze. So hit up Fishtown Tom Let him know you want to come to the ticket if you're in Philly, and you in there to see myself, Cisco, and Conrad in person, baby. It's like
100%, yo. It's close enough for them to drive. You know what I'm saying? If you live in Jersey, if you live in fucking New York City, you could drive to Philly, motherfuckers. Don't act like you can't go there. You ain't doing shit this week coming up anyway.
Yeah, and you might as well jump on the promo because like. I mean, to be honest with you, it's still gonna be social distance, so like we can't fit all you motherfuckers in there. Like, I mean, everybody that's in the live right now, we can.
Nah, fuck that. Everybody, we gonna yell. I'll go outside and yell motherfuckers jokes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, bring your mother, bring your kids. It's gonna be good for the whole fucking family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's the deal though, man? T-Rex from the BX. What's
real quick. I'm gonna say it again because motherfuckers obviously don't listen. All right, if you're a fucking comedian, you say what the fuck you say. If anybody wants you to apologize for that shit, fuck out of here, suck my dick. Apologize for what? The fuck am I apologizing for? Motherfucking did Picasso apologize to everybody who had a fucked up nose? Did people who had fucked up noses and faces look at Picasso and be like, yo, I'm offended. He drew me on a piece of shit. No, the fuck out of here. Every time you say it, every time you say that shit, somebody gets a. Yo, I'm agreeing with you, but yo, it's real shit. Anytime I hear that shit, I'm gonna reiterate. You don't apologize for shit. Cops don't apologize when they shoot you.
No, yeah.
All right, here's the other unpopular.
For trying to make that shit funny.
Nah, man, fuck that. Yo, here's real shit. Here's unpopular opinion. Number one, I got a couple. We go through real quick. Cardi B is gonna run for office in 8 years, and she gonna win.
Yeah,
she's gonna be president by the time we fucking die. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. That's ridiculous, but it's true. For everybody joking and shit, people forget. Everybody had a past to overcome.
More ridiculous than the person that just got
the shit we got now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it's not unpopular to like you and me because we know shit.
We see it.
And we thought.
We see it. Yeah.
But you say it to white people. You say it around anybody who's white and our age. Anybody white in our age, in our age range. That's ridiculous. I mean, what about Trump? Oh, well, that was different. Suck my dick, Brian. Suck my dick, Brian. All right? When that bitch is fucking president. And yo, she's not going to be vice president. She's going to be fucking president. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she won't take vice president. She's boss.
And here's why. In another 15 years, this country's going to be 22% Dominican, my nigga. That is real shit. They taking over. That's the next unpopular opinion I got. We need to start rounding these motherfuckers up and getting them the fuck out of here because it's getting a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous. If their use of fireworks this past summer did not let you know how fucking risky it is having Dominican people around you, it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, man. I'm concerned for my safety.
You are so preoccupied with Dominicans this summer. What is
these motherfuckers is riding scooter bikes with no helmets? It is ridiculous, Dave.
Wouldn't that thin out the population?
No, man, because they hit you and they survive somehow. Dominicans are very flexible and bouncy. I don't know what it is. Must be, it must be, they don't have advanced. Their playgrounds are still 20th century. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, like, how here we got all the safety shit, so kids are soft in America. Yeah, we don't want kids falling. They don't do that shit. You go to DR, all they got is a couple of trees and ropes and shit. Motherfuckers are swinging like they Tarzan in 1955. You know what I'm saying?
I remember my first time playing on.
By the way, I'm not apologizing for that. Even if a Dominican motherfucker stabbed me, I'm not apologizing. If you're Dominican and you're offended, and you can't take a joke. Shut the fuck up, Jose.
I don't think they would be tuning in our live. I don't think.
No, because you know what happens? This shit will go viral. Somebody will say it, like you know how you pop in Dominicans or any topic on like Twitter and shit. Like you know how have you ever checked yourself for Google?
Have I ever what?
You ever like Google Dave Temple and shit?
Oh yeah.
Or hashtag Dave Temple? Motherfuckers do it all the time. So this will pop up. This will pop up in the algorithm and shit. And then I'll be leaving the show and shit. And then the next 3 years, and I hear somebody like, "Mira loco, debe que pasa." Like, oh shit. I hope you got papers, Jose, because if you ain't got papers, after I whip that ass, you ain't going to go to jail. You going back to DR.
Going back to DR.
Well, fuck that shit, man.
I got.
What was the last one?
In the event that they did come, at least it's something to make them stay for a little while.
Here's the last unpopular opinion I got, Dave. All right? You fat. You understand this shit? Anybody who listening to my voice right now, you fucking fat. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about body types. I don't want to hear about, I'm big, but, I'm husky. Motherfucker, you fat, you gonna die. Go on a fucking diet. Eat a salad. Oh, Oh, well, look at Lizzo. She's empowering. She's going to die in 5 years if she don't start taking care of herself. All right? Numbers don't fucking lie. This is real shit. This is real shit. If you're overweight and you're over 40 years old, you took 20 years off your life. You understand that shit? If you're in the sound of my voice and your doctor's telling you to lose weight, he's not telling you that shit because it's conspiracy. He's telling you that shit because you're gonna fucking die. All right? Hypertension and high blood pressure is not a fucking joke. It's not a fucking game. All right? If you have an auntie and she's in her fucking 40s or 50s and shit and she's fat, give that bitch a salad. Tell her to take care of herself because she's gonna fucking die. All right? That's an unpopular opinion.
Can
Because
we do that? Can we regulate?
That's gonna be the unpopular shit.
Like based on your age and all of the stats that Google has on you.
Yep.
Maybe when you go to swipe your debit card, you can't buy certain things.
Nope.
Is that a thing we
No.
can put together?
No, we're never gonna do it. And I believe in free will. So I'm just saying, I'm not gonna sponsor changing anybody's behavior, but I'm gonna tell you once, yo, you're gonna die, and then I'm gonna leave it that way. That's up to you. I gave you the information. I can't save everybody. I'm trying to save my fucking self. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But people don't want to hear that shit. Fat people in particular don't want to hear that they fucking fat. Especially a fat motherfucker. Yo, especially fat people who get laid are the fucking worst. I hope you fucking die mid-fuck. I hope you have a stroke mid-fuck. Not that you die, it's even better. I hope you fucking and you have a stroke and you can't fuck no more. Let that be a fucking lesson to you. Put the fucking snacks down. Put the snacks down and get some fucking fiber in your diet. You fat fuck. And listen, if anybody's asking, yes, I have a mirror in my house. I'm talking to myself when I say this shit. It's all salad September, baby. It's all salad September. I'm up to a fucking 3X.
We need you to say it. Me and Conrad can't tell people that, even though that is.
I know it. I'm fucking working on it. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed, but I'm working on it. You know what I mean?
That's our message when we talk to people, but it doesn't get received well. It's considered punching down. Last week we talked about
the solution.
Hey, if you got a fat child, somebody should take that child from you. Be like, hey man, come here, give me that kid. 'Cause you don't know what the fuck you doing. Like, what is
or at least get that kid a treadmill.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But you don't understand the kid. He doesn't have any money. He didn't make this decision. He didn't.
Hold on. Brandon has a comment, Dave. Here's Brandon's comment. What if you have sex with another woman with food involved? You don't bring food in the fucking bedroom. The fuck is wrong with you? No, you don't do that. What kind of dumb shit is that? Really I like pussy. I like peanut butter. Let me put them together. No, what am I, a fucking dog? No, that shit doesn't fucking work.
Yeah,
all right? You don't. Food is after or before. No, food is after, not before.
That food shouldn't be in the room. Food should
not be in the bedroom. Sorry, Brandon, that's an unpopular opinion.
Who taught you that? If your mother had you eating in the room, guess what? She fucked up. That's not supposed to happen.
The bedroom is for sleeping. You don't put no food in there. You ain't even supposed to fuck in there. I'm Catholic. You're supposed to fuck with the lights off.
All right, man. Yo, thanks for weighing in, man. We done ran to the whole end of the live. Where can they find
did, man, but it was worth it. Good shit tonight, man. You know it's good when I get fired up right the fucking beginning.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Reg, man. That was funny shit. Shout out to Reg, man. That's good shit. And breakfast soup is probably the line of the night right there.
Breakfast soup. That's probably going to be
breakfast
the next episode. We're going to figure everything out. All right. I'm going to
All right, Brother Dave. I'll leave you to it, man. I'll see you soon.
All right. Take care, man.
Peace.
Everybody, we'll see you guys Thursday night. Right back here, 10 o'clock for the IG Live. And make sure this week you get your tickets. Hit up Fishtown Time for tickets or email benforcomedy@gmail.com to get tickets for the live show in Philly. If you sign up this week, you will receive free booze throughout the entire show. So, boom. Oh, hit up UO Facebook page. Hurry up, type it in a little bit all the way more. Unpopular Opinions Facebook page. Okay. So, yeah, go search Unpopular Opinions on Facebook. Be a part of that page so we can start to build this family, get this thing a little bit bigger. All right, we're going to work this thing out. I need y'all to go here over to Facebook, do that so we can create that and get a little buzz and find some more people to share our ideas with, all right? Starting the call. Talk to you later.